The New York Knicks turned heads last week when they traded former third overall pick RJ Barrett and last year's Sixth Man of the Year runner-up Immanuel Quickley for OG Anunoby. Many felt the Knicks overpaid or questioned why this was finally the right time to trade RJ. Plus, the elephant in the room is obviously OG's impending free agency, and only God knows exactly how much the Knicks must offer to retain him. In this video, we'll discuss just how good OG Anonoby actually is and what he offers the New York Knicks, discuss the Knicks' thought process in making such a move, and determine why this was actually the right move for the New York Knicks. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like on the video as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. OG Anonoby has been in the rumor mill for some time now, and it feels like teams around the league really coveted his services. Reportedly, Memphis and Indiana both offered 3 first-round picks for him last season, but OG still ended up being a Raptor after the trade deadline. You might wonder what the hype is since he's never made an all-star team, but trust me, he's really that good. OG is fresh off an all-defensive second-team season, and you could honestly argue that he's been the best wing defender in the league for some time. At a massive 6'7", 230-pound frame with a 7'2" wingspan, excellent IQ, and great athleticism, OG has the versatility to guard 1 through 5, can take on any assignments in the league, and guards the opposing team's best player every single night. OG causes havoc in passing lanes, has the lateral quickness to hang with top perimeter threats like Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, etc., and uses his wingspan to get great contest. He has great hands and anticipation to poke the ball loose and get steals from ball handlers. He can serve as a great rim protector due to his ability as a help defender. He recovers exceptionally well on closeouts and is a stopper in defensive transition. It's unnatural for any player to go step for step on the defensive end with ball handlers like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, make a freight train like Giannis pick up his dribble, or even hang with a speedster like Jaden Ivey and swat him when getting to the rim, but OG does this while containing them on drives and making a routine shot more difficult for the league's best players. This is in part why he was essential to the Raptors' switching scheme over the years, and why he was able to erase some of the team's defensive mistakes. We just talked about his lateral quickness, but with his massive 232-pound frame, he can hang with big men as well. He's good at fronting them and anticipating entry passes to them, gets into a lower stance, and has the strength to provide some resistance on post-ups, and that wingspan, as mentioned earlier, helps on contest. Last season, OG led the league in steals at 1.9 a game, was third in deflections a game at 3.6, averaged 0.7 blocks a game, and is routinely one of the best isolation defenders in basketball, and is in the 97th percentile when it comes to defensive versatility metrics this season. He showed his defensive value in his New York Knicks debut, forcing Anthony Edwards to just 1 for 9 shooting when guarding him. Offensively, it's not like OG is an insane on-ball creator or anything like that, but he most definitely fits the mold as a 3-and-D player. Since 2020, OG has shot 38% from 3-on-5 attempts a game, and he's an exceptional corner 3-point shooter. He shot 47% on left corner threes last season, 43% on right corner threes, and 41% on catch and shoot threes on 5 attempts a game. I know I said he wasn't an elite creator on the ball, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't add offensive value. He's capable of taking defenders off the dribble and getting to the goal, capitalizes on offensive rebounds, he's good at moving off the ball, is good in transition and in attacking the rim, and his defense leads to opportunities offensively. OG Anonoby isn't an NBA superstar or a household name, but he's the ideal fit for the duo of Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. Now that we've gone over OG's value, let's talk about the trade itself and what the Knicks gave up. RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley are 23 and 24 years of age respectively, and have shown that they do have promise to be stars. RJ was obviously the #1 recruit out of high school in his class and went 3rd overall due to his versatility that he showed as an athletic 6'7" wing at Duke. However, while we've seen flashes of all-star play, inconsistency on top of a bad contract have plummeted his stock. So much so that multiple front offices across the league suggested that he was currently a toxic asset. RJ's contract spans into the summer of 2027. He's going to be paid around $27 million a year over that contract, and in the final season of that year, which is 2027, he'll be paid $29.7 million. He clearly hasn't lived up to that, but I have no doubts in my mind that RJ can develop into an all-star caliber player in a different situation. The talent is clearly there, and hopefully in Toronto, he can get that opportunity. But as the Knicks try to inch closer to a title, a 27-year-old OG Anunoby is an upgrade at the wing position, and it will make the Knicks better in the immediate future. As for Immanuel Quickley, well, this move was more to do with his restricted free agency than anything. Quickley is an impending restricted free agent, and while being a great player in his own right and the runner-up for 6th Man of the Year last season, it's not in the Knicks' best interest to extend a smaller guard to a huge deal when they already have Jalen Brunson on the roster. Just as with RJ, I'm completely sold on Quickley's stock heading to Toronto, and he just put up an impressive 26 points and 5 assists in a win in Memphis. However, I think this trade was still a smart idea given the contracts involved, and one thing that gets lost in all of this is that the Knicks didn't have to give up a single first-round pick in this deal. The Knicks have a ton of firsts heading into the future and didn't have to part with any of them in this deal, meaning that they still have their full vault of first-round picks to trade in the future. Plus, even though they have to extend OG this offseason, it's not like the Knicks didn't keep that in consideration before making this move. The front office has made great moves over the past few years, and with a healthy Mitch Robinson in the fold in the future, the Knicks will be an even scarier defense. With that being said, let me know your thoughts on the OG Anonoby trade and what your expectations are for him this season and beyond in New York. Are the New York Knicks contenders after this deal? And also, what moves could you see them making in the near future? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. To see you all in the next one, and stay tuned.